gasket. You want to make sure that there's virtually no grit on it, so it makes a nice seat. Hand it around the group, Stevie, if you'd like. How do we all feel about the gasket? We like the gasket? Okay, we put the gasket on. So then we get the gasket, and obviously you can see the indentation mark, so we know roughly which way it's meant to go up. Which isn't like that. So then we go around this way. Hurrah! All the holes line up. So everyone's happy. Now, one that was already I made earlier was the emulsion block. It sits on there like that, and note that I've got the accelerator lever in the correct position. I then use the correct screws to go into the casting, as they're all different lengths and sizes, so you have to be careful of this. You then get your bladed screwdriver. It's a bit hard doing this not on a flat surface. That's got it. Thank you for the offer though, Damon. And then we screw it in like so. Now, we don't want to do them up too tight, because we're going to have to move it either to the left or the right to adjust it to put the needle and seat in. The other thing is too, you don't want to do any of this up ridiculously tight. You want to make sure it's nice and firm, but not over tight. Otherwise you'll start stripping the components. We then get the needle and seat, which we've machined ourselves. And I then need a 7/16 spanner, which I've prepared one earlier. Then we make sure that that is lined up correctly. When we're doing it up too, keep in mind that it is brass and the seat is metal, steel. So if you do it up too tight, you'll actually bend the needle. So you do it up so it's nice and firm. Alright, so that's that done. Now that that's in position and we've used our 2mm spacer, which is provided, we then tighten these up so they're firm. Once that's done, the next step is to fit our jets, which first of all we've got our main jet, which we've blasted out with compressed air. We've made sure that it's clean. And then we fit that in so it's firm. The next thing to fit is our secondary jet, and this is for our idle, which we put in here. Which I need to back. Which you have to use a purple Leatherman, not a pink one, because they won't do it up right. So we then carefully, and then you make sure that you have an assistant. Not the whole assistant, just the hands. You make sure the assistant does the work for you.
It's not sitting
That's nice and firm. The next thing that we fit is our floats. And these dictate the flow of fuel in from the pump. We've got our little axle or pivot pin. And we then pop it through here. Now you want to ensure that it's actually lined up as it was previously. So the wear is even. Just like that. These have already been calibrated to 33 millimeters from the top down to the block, as we've already had this apart today. And that is how to overhaul a Zenith Carburetor on a 2.25 litre Land Rover motor.
Solid.
Make sense?
Yep.
There we go, we've just got a good little YouTube video there.